Coming up on today's video, we'll talk about the Dark and, of course, take a look at the City of Shadows, that classic card from the reserve list, 1994. Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're ready for a video today because this one's going to take a little bit of explaining and a little bit of time. I'll start off with the beginning by saying the Dark. Is that enough for you? Do you feel satisfied? Alright, you can turn off now. Nah, I'm just kidding. The Dark was released in 1994. I got the whole stat sheets and facts for you. Now, this expansion came out in August 8th, 1994. Before it came Legends, and after it came Fallen Empires. In the Dark Age, during the time of the Dark, which is 64 to 450 AR, the devastation that followed the Brothers' War had left the once mighty nations in ruin. Civilization had been reduced to a handful of loosely aligned city-states, all under the puritanical Church of Tal. Now the cool thing is in the flavor text of the Dark, there's like a second story being told about how the Silex blast from the Brothers' War devastated everything. The debris blotted out the sun, the climate cools, all kinds of things are being blamed only on magic users, only on the wizards across the continent. So this persecution begins against all artifacts, artifice, all wizards. They're being blamed, and that's when the wizards go together into hiding and into retreat because the Church of Tal is rising, and they totally are just basically only good wizard's a dead wizard, right? And they're going after every wizard they can find. So wizards go ahead and they invent, they create the City of Shadow, a place for them to hide and go into hiding and still study magic safely. Hence the City of Shadows you see in the Dark. It's a really epic kind of idea, and the lore they put into stuff like this back then is crazy good storytelling. Like, it really gets me going even now. You can tell as I'm telling you guys, right? It's just something you can almost picture it as a movie, the way they did some of the old lore. So when I think of the City of Shadows, I don't just see a land you can sacrifice and do things for. No. I'm thinking of the lore behind that card, the amazingness that it brings, which brings us to the stats of the Dark in general. So the Dark stats are as follows. The Dark was printed on sheets of 121 cards and contains 119 unique cards in total. So the set size is 119 cards. The set's rarity breaks down as follows. 40 commons, which is C3. 1 uncommon. Isn't that weird? 1 uncommon, which is 1 C1. 78 rares, which is 35 at U1 and 43 at U2. The Dark includes like goblins and tribal themes, powerful abilities with intense colored mana and upkeep costs, and the return of poison counters. The expansion symbol of the set was a thin crescent moon to evoke the Dark's tone. The Dark introduced the first multicolored non-creature card, the first multicolored card, and the first empty pair multicolored card. Now, the funny thing is the Dark lands, which is the City of Shadow, they have unique dark gray purple colored text, which was reprinted on the Chronicles version of Safe Haven. So the Dark is a small set. At 119 unique cards, that's not a lot for us to go on compared to nowadays sets, which are 280 to 300 cards, or larger sets that were over 350. You got to think this set's small. Now, print run wise and how many booster packs and booster boxes, they go as follows. Now, for this information, everyone, the print run's been kind of argued to be between 62 million and 75 million, so I went with the safe number of 70 million cards printed. They were 8 card booster packs, which means there was roughly 8,750,000 booster packs made. Now, the booster boxes, though, because there were 60 packs inside of a box, means there was roughly 145,833 boxes made. And the City of Shadows estimated number is 135,000 copies of City of Shadows that ever existed in Magic's history. So we know there's only 135,000 copies at production made of City of Shadows. One of my favorite kind of creepy lands from back in the day. That's not a lot to go on. You can see how it's already starting to rise up in value over the years. We'll get to the pricing in a second. But what I'd like to mention is at the end of this video, if you have a chance, email me at alanya@hotmail.com and let me know how many copies you have of that card. And if it's more than 2 or 3, please send along a picture as I start to track this card, just like we did with Soldevia Excavations. I can't wait to see how many photos start coming in and getting those confirmed copies. It's kind of crazy to think about, but there's not nearly as many as there should be compared to Soldevia Excavations, which was 330,000 roughly. So let's think about this. Less than half that number? How many are really out there still? Let's check out the pricing next and find out how it's doing. Now for this section on pricing, the City of Shadows from the Dark, I wanted to bring the pricing back to 2018 for a very specific reason. It was only $10 to $15 Canadian on eBay. That's all it cost to buy this card. I have it on my price sheets. I know what it costs for a light played near mint copy. Now you can see here the average is $95 US nowadays. The market is $89.03 and it's €85.32 to get this card as of today. But in 2018, 3 short years ago, you could have had this card for $10. That's quite the jump, don't you think, for a reserve list card that doesn't have many uses? Funny how the reserve list starts to dry up and forces the market higher. Now, take a look again here at 2020, a year and a half ago. It had a spike, it went back down, kind of like a step on the front of your house. Now it's $18 to $23 Canadian for those sales. I've checked my sheets. And the average, as you guys can see from the previous clip, has stayed the same, obviously. So look at that. It's going up, right? Because there's such a small printing of the card. It's reserve list. Now let's take a look at today. As of today, 2021, it's $160 Canadian for a near mint copy, $100 for a moderately played, and of course the prices I showed you before. So think about what we're getting into here. Think about this. The card keeps going up. It's stepping up over and over again because people buy it and hold on to it and don't let it go. It is a reserve list card, and the reserve list is not coming back. They're not reprinting it. As much as I had that fun video about the what if, it's not coming back. So as these cards disappear with that unique border style and the small print run, you're getting into crazy territory when you realize that cards like this that you're buying for the future, maybe you only need 1 or 2 for a deck, but maybe you bought 4. Maybe you listened to me, you bought some for $20 and now they're selling for $100. Think about how much money you've already made. You still have to sell it, but you could sell it for half of that and still make a profit. You could put it on eBay for $50, which is more than double your money you probably paid for it if you bought it from 401 back then, and you'd already be ahead double your money, right? So I'm not looking at now when I chose this card. I'm looking at 10 years down the road. I'm looking at the future. I'm not telling people to, hold my hand and go with me on the journey. I'm not doing that because everyone's an individual. You choose what you want to do. This is an entertainment place. I'm here to entertain you guys and give you some information on how I see things. Take it or leave it. It's entertainment. I'm just talking, but you can take it or leave it, right? But this is why I chose this card. I see a future for the City of Shadows. I can see it rising to the $500 level. And I'm willing to sit and wait 10, 15 years to get there. That's what true investing is. It's not a quick flip. Flipping happens all the time. Nothing against flippers. Power to you. But for reserve lists, for long-term cards, let's face it, they sit and end up in our binders. They're pretty nostalgic things to look at. And we love looking at them, don't we? That's where we're leaving it at. It's the City of Shadows. It's an amazing card. Every copy that I buy, it doesn't go back into the market. I'm buying these ones. My Soldevia, I promise, are going back. The Dark aren't. Those bad boys are going to stay with me. It's the way it's going to be. Because it's a card I love too much to give up. And I know with a smaller market like this, the price is going to go up faster after the algorithm catches on to where it's going to be. Which is why I didn't say I'm going to buy 4 a month. Plus, I can't afford it. But buying 1 a month, watching it slowly rise as they disappear, and I know some other people on the channel already bought some. I know what's happening. And remember, it's not coming back. Most people don't watch my channel. Most people never make it this far in a video. I can tell by the algorithm how much people watch. So nobody's going to see this part except for the few select people who follow my channel to the end. Congratulations. Remember, this one's not going back. This fish is staying inside my bowl, and I'm keeping them when I get them because they're too awesome to give up. Guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content today. This is MTG Moxman. If you're new to the channel, maybe smash that subscribe button. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the comment section. It's going to be a great time for everyone. Thanks again for tuning in. Everyone have a great day today. Big shout out to all my patrons out there. Thanks again for your continued support, everyone. I'm looking forward to the giveaways for all the patrons this month. And of course, we will be doing that this Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone there. We are going to have a blast. There'll also be some double videos this weekend. I hope you enjoy. Ah! Did I get you? Come on, I must have got you.